Good morning, Janice. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I guess I feel a little better than last time,
Okay, I'm glad to.
actually.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. So, any thoughts about what's different?
Um, well, I tried some of the things that we talked about last time, and I'm not drinking as much when I go out and stuff. So.
Okay, great. How did that go?
Well, I did go out for nights last week, but I didn't drink as much.
Okay.
I think there was only one night that I had like two drinks, and then the other nights I just left early.
Okay, great. So you managed to keep the heavy drinking down to one night instead of all four. So that's really great.
Yeah.
What was the result of these changes that you made?
Well, I got a lot more sleep, and I woke up early next day. I went to my professor's office hour, and he explained some of the trickier material for that class I have on Thursday.
The Thursday class, okay.
Right, and he helped me figure out so I don't feel so panicky about the class anymore.
Oh, that's wonderful. So it sounds like you really reap the benefits of this change in your behavior.
Yeah.
Good, good. But we had also talked about finding a dance class or like a dance club to attend after that class on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look into that at all?
Not really. I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna make a difference.
Okay, can you tell me more about that feeling?
I don't know. I just feel like it's weird. I mean, I was into dancing stuff back in high school, but I feel like if I do it again, it's just gonna be like doing the same things that I used to do when I was 17 and living with my parents.
Mm-hmm. So it seems like it would seem a little immature to you.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, who does ballroom and Latin dance in college anymore? Like, isn't it this time for to party and like go out to drink and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess some people feel like that is one fun part of being in college. It seems like part of you might think, though, that this might be the only way to have fun, or like kind of the main way that you should have fun and ease stress. Does that sound like an accurate statement?
I never really thought about it that way, but now that you put it that way, yeah, it sounds like this is how I think about college.
Mm-hmm. And yet you're here seeking help because we've realized that living up to that image of a college student is not really working for you.
No, it's not, but still, I can't help to think that that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering if you had some different ideas about how a college student should behave to relax. Maybe you feel more open to pursuing some activities that don't involve drinking.
Yeah, I'm willing to try anything.
Okay, great. So there's a technique that we can try that's proven pretty successful for a lot of people in situations like yours. It's called cognitive restructuring.
Okay.
And the idea behind it is that our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviors all influence each other. So if you start off thinking something like, I should relax by drinking because that's just what college students do, then that leads you to feel a certain way, like, oh, going to a dance club is kind of lame and childish. And then because of that feeling, then you behave in a certain way, such as
Going out to drink instead of looking for like a club to join.
Right, you got it. College student, aren't you? Okay.
Guess.
So if that pattern's not working for you, then one way to change that is by targeting that initial thought. Okay. So the idea is that once we shift you out of that way of thinking, then the rest of that cycle, which is
the feeling and the behavior,
those will also change. Okay. So now I bet this has happened to you before. So, like, you ever come home and your roommate doesn't even look at you or say hi or anything, and you think, oh gosh, she's still annoyed about that thing we were gonna, and then you realize that she's just got her earbuds in and she has no idea what's going on, right? So then all of a sudden you're not annoyed anymore, right?
Right.
Because what you thought changed, and so your feeling changed, right?
Okay.
So does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Okay. I think I get it. I just how do I do that for this pattern?
Oh, okay. Well, let's look a little bit more closely at that initial thought that college students should drink a lot to relax and have fun.
Okay.
So let's see, what kind of evidence do you have to support that thought?
Well, we have a lot of bars and clubs around campus, and a lot of people go and do drink, especially on the weekends. They do go a lot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That sounds right. It's pretty easy to get a drink on a college campus.
Right.
How about some evidence that doesn't support this? Like, do you know any college students at all who don't drink?
Yeah, I know a lot of them.
Okay, can you name them?
Well, it's just a lot for me to name. Really, I just know that there's a lot of people that just go out and watch a movie or go eat instead of going to drink.
Okay. Have you ever had a great night out that didn't involve drinking?
Yeah, I got together with some dorm mates like a couple of months ago, and we ordered pizza and we were playing Cards Against Humanity, and for like 3 hours. And I never laughed so much in my life. It was so much fun.
It sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
I love that game too. And I'm betting you didn't have a hangover the next day either.
No, I didn't. My cheeks hurt a little, but no, I didn't.
Okay. So that was just one of the ways that you found to live out the identity of college student having fun without drinking, yes?
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess that's just my image of a college student.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of that also comes from popular culture. I mean, you almost never see movies or like TV shows about college where people are doing things like knitting or drinking tea or playing card games, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So now that we've kind of expanded the definition and challenged that thought of, this is really the only way or the main way that I should be having fun, the next step is to figure out a substitute thought that you can remind yourself of that will shift your feelings and your behavior. So do you have any ideas for like an alternate thought that you can say to yourself even?
College students don't have to drink to have fun.
Okay, that's a great start. That's what we've been talking about, like other stuff that they can do.
Right.
Do you think you could restate it so that it has a positive spin and not talk so much about what they don't do, but what they do do?
Yeah, can be college students can do a lot of different activities to have fun.
Terrific. Okay, that works pretty well. Do you want to personalize it at all?
I can do a lot of activities other than drinking to have fun.
Okay, terrific.
Okay.
All right, that seems like a pretty good alternative to your other initial thought. Okay. Now, do you think that's something that you can remember and remind yourself about when you get pulled into a night of drinking or when you're really stressed and you feel like I need to do something to calm myself down?
Right. Right after that class on Thursday, maybe if I have something to remind me that I can do something else instead of going out to drink, that can be an option.
Great. Now, how do you remind yourself of things normally? Like Post-its or like write it down or?
I usually have reminders in my phone because my whole life is in my phone. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay, so do you think that maybe you could put in a reminder, pop up with like a little phrase or something that'll just prompt you to not go automatically into that?
Yeah, something like different activities or something that would remind me.
Okay, terrific, great. So just let me know how that works out for you.
Sure.
Looking forward to hearing about that.
Sure.
So do you have any questions about this particular exercise that we're going to be doing?
No, not right now.
Okay, great. We'll check in again. Right. Now we still have a little bit more time, and I just wanted to check in with you about something that you had said to me a couple of sessions ago. You had mentioned that another time you find yourself drinking is when you feel kind of lonely or homesick.
Yeah, sometimes I just feel lonely and I don't want to be by myself, so I go out and I don't feel lonely when I'm drinking.
Well, that'll happen when you've got a lot of people around you doing the same thing. Okay. So it sounds though like drinking has become a way for you to avoid dealing with some pretty unpleasant feelings. I'm wondering if there's another way, maybe a little healthier, for you to deal with those feelings. I mean, is it helping? Do you feel any better? Or?
I it just the feelings keep coming back. Like I just feel alone. So the best way for me to cope with that is just going out with my friends. Okay.
When is it that you feel the most lonely?
I think Sunday nights. Just because my family used to have dinner, we were all at the table Sunday nights, and I always looked forward to like be with my family on Sunday nights because it would make Monday easier. So now I just keep remembering those times.
That sounds like a really nice thing.
Yeah.
You're lucky to have such a warm and loving family that has traditions like that.
Yeah.
is it the family? Is it the kind of specifics about the dinner that you miss, or maybe the feeling of being kind of
I
relaxed?
I really miss that. I mean, I miss them too, but I really feel miss the feeling that I used to get, and just I miss having that every week. And I used to be by my like be comfortable and be myself, and now I don't have that anymore. So I think I really miss the feeling of being able to be around people.
So you think you're trying to recapture that when you go out and drink on Sundays? Like if you go out and find some people at a bar or something like that?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
All right. I wonder if we can figure out some way to recreate that feeling in another way. Do you have you ever felt like that at school?
Let me think. There are a few people from my freshman year that they still used to get together to have brunch on Sundays, and I used to go with them, and it was fun. We used to like laugh and cut up, and I just don't do it anymore because I'm usually hungover from Saturday night, so I just don't go with them anymore.
Okay. Wonder if joining that brunch on Sunday mornings would help you, kind of, would tide you over to overcome that loneliness on Sunday evenings.
I don't know. I'm so pretty blue all by myself.
Okay. So you really feel like that's specific to that time of the week in the evening.
Right.
Okay. Well, what else do you find relaxing to do? I mean, besides the dancing?
I like watching movies and also catching up with Orange is the New Black and those types of.
You like to binge watch those shows? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I just don't like them to watch them alone.
Oh, that, okay. Yeah, because the whole point is that you're with people who are kind of supportive and warm.
Right.
Yeah. Wonder if there's anyone you could ask to join you for like a movie and some relaxation on a Sunday night. You know, like I don't know, like maybe one of those friends from the brunch group.
Yeah, sure. I do miss them, so I'm pretty sure they will be available.
Okay. So then, do you think that before this weekend you could just call one of those people and say like, "Hey, come on over and let's watch a movie and catch up and just plan an event for yourself that doesn't involve going out." Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, and maybe after I'll call my family and ask like how dinner went.
Oh, that's a nice idea. It's not something you can really do from a crowded, noisy bar, is it?
Right.
Okay,
right.
I'm sure they'd be glad to hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay, terrific. All right, so to recap, you're going to remind yourself to check in with your thinking on Thursday night using your phone. What do we do? What would we do without our phones, right?
Right.
And then you'll also line up a friend to spend some time with you on Sunday night to kind of, to cope with your feelings of loneliness that sometimes creep up on you. Okay?
That sounds good.
All right, great. Well, I'm looking forward to checking in with you next time about how all that went.
Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. Right, take care.